What was the first thing that you saw him do with the gun?
Oh, he pointed at me.
Someone said that the defendant was known to carry a prop gun or fake guns. Would that have been knowledge that you personally had?
No, he don't carry big guns. He's like, I'll kill you right now, pussy, or like whatever. Like, this was, and then I'm right behind the lodge, you know what I'm saying? If you brought a gun, use it then.
This is crazy. Now, you told the man to shoot you, and now we're in court because allegedly he shot you.
Prop guns?
Yes.
No.
You never knew him to carry a prop?
No.
No,
he was looking for a spot to shoot.
Okay.
Like if Elijah wasn't there, I don't know what would happen.
Yo, now this case may be crazier than the YSL trial, but ask yourself this: with friends like this, why would you need enemies? But then on the flip side of that, ask yourself this: with friends like this, why would you need enemies? Man. If you're new, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, that like, share, comment, and subscribe. Grab a seat, we finna dig deep. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your host, Jay, and man, we definitely got to dig deep into this A$AP Rocky trial. Now, y'all, this is wild. A$AP Rocky is in court fighting for his freedom, and guess who's testifying against him? His best friend of 15 years, A$AP Relli. Was this just a messy friendship going wrong? Jealousy, envy, or hate? Or did A$AP Rocky actually pull that trigger? Now, we actually had the video evidence, the friend on the stand testifying, the plea deal that was denied, not to mention everything that's all on the table when it comes to his freedom. So ask yourself this: with this trial of A$AP Rocky, is it about justice or betrayal? Man, before we dig deep, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, tap that like button, hit that notification bell so you won't miss a drop whenever we drop. Y'all know the vibes, grab a seat, we finna dig deep. So for those who don't know, here's the actual quick catch-up. Now, this all started and happened in Las Vegas, where prosecutors claimed that Rocky actually pulled a gun on his former best friend, A$AP Relli, and then fired. But Rocky's camp is actually pushing back with the defense, saying that this whole thing might be an actual setup. This is over jealousy, envy, and they're also saying that this was a prop gun that was allegedly used. Now, the prosecution has showed video evidence showing Rocky in possession of a firearm, but the question is, did he actually shoot? But everything that led up to this actual incident is what's actually in question, in my personal opinion. Let's dig.
Okay, and Your Honor, just so the record is clear, Mr. Ephron, I'm going to play just a few seconds of this video to ask some questions. And I'm stopping that. What's that number? It's really small. That's 30 seconds on the video player. Did you recognize what was captured on that video in those 30 seconds? Did you recognize what we saw there?
Yeah.
And did you specifically recognize that to be the first incident that happened when you first linked up with the defendant?
Yes.
Second person that we see in the screen looks like they're, physically right in front of you. Who is that?
Rocky.
And when you first approached him, can you describe what happened in your own words? Whether we saw it in the video or not, just in your own words, describe what happened.
So when he came up to me, like from the video from what I can see, because he's saying truck on it was like 3 years ago. So you put a bit of the video, but I was stopping a little. I can see I was stopping a little. And like I said, I'm lefty. I'm righty. I stopped him with my left, trying to like back him up. You know what I mean? And then
Let me stop you for 1 second. That interaction that we see, would that have been right after he said, I don't remember what your exact words were, but
what's up now, pussy?
What's up now, pussy?
Probably like 10 seconds later. He's still walking.
Okay. And could you see his face as he was walking towards you?
Yeah.
How did he look?
Oh, angry.
So could you tell as he was approaching you that you were headed for a physical confrontation with him?
His hands wasn't up. It was more so walking. So when we got to each other, he initiated him, like trying to like grab me or try to like grab me by my collar. That's why you see like that, and I like grabbed him off. You know what I mean?
So as best you can remember it, he was the first one who grabbed you by the collar,
Then he grabbed me by my collar.
and then you raised which of your hands to
My left.
your left hand to separate from him.
Yeah.
Okay. And as he grabbed the collar of your sweatshirt, what did he do?
I think he just trying to tug at me and like talking and going back and forth. And then Elijah, everything happened so fast. And then Elijah gets in the middle.
Okay. When you say he's talking at you, do you remember anything that he said?
Like I said, it was 3 years ago. I would have to see what I said before I can say something that I really vaguely remember.
That's fair. But so as you sit here right now, today, 3 years later, you don't specifically remember the words he said. Is that what you're saying?
Not the words so much, except for like towards the ending when the gun came out. I remember that.
Okay.
I remember the words that came out when the gun came out.
As best we can, I'd like to go through it step by step. So when he first approaches you, you're saying he's saying words, but you can't remember the words.
I don't remember.
Do you remember the tone that he had said these words with?
Oh, at that point, like, we pretty much damn near fighting. Like, he's saying what he's trying to get, I don't know.
Did he sound angry to you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Were you saying anything back to him?
Yeah,
Do you,
I don't remember.
you don't remember your words. Do you remember your tone?
I was angry because he touched me. I was just like, get the fuck off me or private. But then, mind you, the gun came out seconds later, so then my tone got really angry after. Because, what the fuck you got a gun for? And that's what I said.
Okay, so you kind of move forward. You remember being angry because he's tugging at your sweatshirt. Then he had a gun in his hand. Did you see where the gun came from?
It came from his waistline.
Okay, so
It came from his waistline.
So you're saying that you were upset that he grabbed you by the collar, but then he produced the gun with his from his waistband, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember which hand he was holding the gun in? His left or his right?
Probably is right.
Do you remember? Or?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, you just remember he had a gun in his hand.
Yeah, I just remember we got a gun in his hand.
Did you? And I don't mean the incident that you saw it, but throughout this incident, could you see the gun clearly?
Oh yeah.
Do you know the difference between a semi-automatic pistol and a revolver?
Yes.
What is the difference between those two to you?
One of them have a clip and the other one you just load up bullets.
Do you? If I told you that a revolver had a wheel,
Right.
does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And the gun that you saw him with, was it a semi-automatic, as you say, with a clip, or was it a revolver that has a wheel?
It's a semi-automatic with a clip.
Okay. Do you remember what color it was?
Black.
And do you remember anything else about it?
No.
Have you ever seen that gun before?
No.
Did you know the defendant to carry guns regularly?
Not really. I think one time he said I seen like on his wallet he had like a firearms in New York one time or something like that, but I don't remember ever seeing like or knowing, like physically knowing.
So let's dig into A$AP Relli. Now the man that's at the center of this actual court trial. Now this was actually A$AP Rocky's day one, his best friend over 15 years through thick and thin. So ask yourself, why is he testifying against? Is this really about justice or is it more personal? Now it's interesting because as I said, some people are saying this is all get back, payback for a bad friendship and possibly being blackballed, while others believe Relli might be after an actual money grab. But on the flip side, let's play devil's advocate. If Rocky really did what he's accused of, should he be held accountable?
Okay. I mean, like, did you personally see him with a gun on occasions before this?
No, he has a lot of security.
Okay. Someone said that the defendant was known to carry a prop gun or fake guns, would that have been knowledge that you personally had?
No, you don't carry fake guns. You don't. Prop guns?
Yes.
No.
You never knew him to carry a prop?
No.
Yo, so we gotta talk about this. Now this man, as you see, is up here clearly taking a stand and not holding anything back. He's literally in fear of his life. You see him? His hat? Interesting. But even more interesting, A$AP Rocky actually just turned down the plea. With the actual prosecutors offered him what? 7 years split sentence? 3 years probation, 180 days in custody? But you denied it, declined it. Totally understood. Because as you see, we've been watching a lot of the celebrities and just certain individuals get caught up with the system, especially when it comes to plea deals. But him taking this actual situation to trial, was this an actual smart move? Nah, even worse. Your best friend, 15 years. Imagine the information, the dirt that he has on you. Look how he just played with the words as far as the prosecutor asking him, have you ever known him to carry a firearm or a fake firearm? No, he doesn't carry fake firearms. I mean, look at the picture that's being painted right here in front of the jury. This evidence, this witness, this friendship, man. Not to mention, it's actually about to get even deeper. I understand why he isolated himself away from all of these dudes. Now, not saying that they're not friends, but isolation brings elevation. Let's dig.
Told him to have any guns, and I don't mean, now I want to kind of broaden it, so not that he would carry in public, but guns that he would have either at his house or anywhere else.
Not to my knowledge. I never physically seen any guns on Rocky.
Okay. Except for
That night.
that day when
Yeah, that night.
Okay. Now, from what we see on the video, the two of you move off screen off the video. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And when the two of you move off of the screen, is that where he first pulled the gun out of his waistband?
Yes.
What was the first thing that you saw him do with the gun?
Oh, he pointed at me, and then that's when Elijah was like in between, and he's like, "I'll kill you right now, pussy," or like whatever, like just was. And then I'm right behind Elijah, and I'm saying, "If you brought a gun, use it then." Like, the fuck you brought a gun for, pussy? That's the words I was saying to him.
When you said he pointed it at you, where on your body was it pointing?
Like towards my stomach, or like towards like my headish a little. Like everything was happening so fast. You know what I mean?
And from what you're describing, was it moving?
Yeah, it was moving. He had it up.
Okay, so he didn't just hold it at your stomach.
No, he was looking for a spot to shoot. Like
Okay.
if Elijah wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened.
And you said as he was pointing it at you, what did he say?
I'll kill you right now.
And was that in an angry tone?
Yeah, he was livid.
Was his voice elevated? Like, was he yelling this at you, or was this something
Yeah.
he was saying quiet?
Yeah, because we was yelling back and forth at this point.
Or-
Because that's what I was thinking, because I was physically thinking, I was thinking about punching 12. You know what I mean? Like, what do you got a knife for?
But how close was he? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He was about 3 or 4 skips away.
What does skip mean? Like, how far is a skip?
You know what I mean?
No. How far is a
You
skip?
can point to something in the court.
Like into the middle of where that line is at. Like, not too,
Like here?
Approximately
yeah, a little bit more
7
than
feet
that.
from
Yeah, like right there.
Okay.
about 7 to 8 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
A little further actually, because he's bending down, so I'm like, he's putting the knife away, so then when I see that, I'm like fuck. Like, what the fuck am I do right now?
Let me stop you though. The knife specifically. What did the knife look like?
I don't know, I just seen it quick, everything happened quick. I just seen him putting away the knife, and then he said it's not like that.
What
He
is-
said, no, it's not like that. And then he's walking towards Rocky.
What does putting a knife away mean to you? Like, is it a folding knife or he's
I
folding
guess it was a
it?
folding knife.
Okay. Not like he's wearing a sheath and he's tucking it in is what he's
No.
All right. So he's folding the knife and he puts it in his pocket?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I think he put it in his coat. Like, he kind of like, as soon as he seen me, observed him putting the knife away, he kind of like put it away, kind of scurried off to Rocky. like towards Rocky.
All right, so if the defendant was the first person to walk away, is 12 he the second person to walk after?
Yeah.
And then you're standing with Ills.
And I'm walking with Ills pretty much, and Ills is still telling me, yo, here you go, and I'm just letting them have it, like just telling them whatever I feel like. You know what I mean?
But you're kind of side by side with Ills.
Yeah, I'm side by side with Ills.
So this is still just hard to believe. Your childhood friend sitting dead across from you, telling like this. Whether he's making it up or telling the truth, he's still telling. Now, this man is clearly saying his life was in jeopardy. He aimed it at me like this. Like, man. This why he facing 24 years right here. But I'm questioning, should he have actually took that plea? Because even sitting up here listening to him, something just seems off about this whole story. Do I feel like it was a money grab and extortion? Absolutely. But did Rocky actually put himself in this position? Better yet, friendship. Look at this. All of this from what? I heard conversation by other friends in the middle that you weren't even supposed to hear. Even more interesting, these same friends did what? Let you hear it. They left the call on speaker and let you sit there and listen to Rocky dog you out. And actually tell the truth and speak his piece about how he really felt about you. Did it make you feel some type of way? Absolutely. Not to mention, why would they sit up there and let you listen to the call? They answered this call on speaker. Was this intentionally done? But then he says he feels like he was set up. Interesting. Did you put yourself in a position to be set up? Because in my personal opinion, it feels like you put yourself in a position to be set up, looking for a come up. Let's dig.
Because that's why I was able to like grab him or whatever.
You used a couple terms in your answer before. You said this was like a white flag situation.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Meaning we're all ASAP members. So if one person has a problem with another, I'm not expecting anybody else to intervene, or like, you know what I mean? Other than like supporting the person they came with, which they did. They supported Rocky. It was in LA for the couples company.
Did you feel like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, so this isn't how you felt. Let us know. But did you feel like this whole situation, this whole link up, as you described it, was a setup?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I don't think the other two. I think they were just because Rocky had everybody in his house. I was looking on social media later, and I noticed everybody was in his house. So, and if he's flying them to LA, I'm pretty sure he's not getting them a hotel. So I'm pretty sure he's still in his house.
I didn't interject. I was reading the question.
It was leading and it was also non-responsive. Let's take the break now, folks. We're going to resume. Remember, tomorrow's 10, not 10:30.
So let's dig. Now this trial is definitely heating up, and it should be an open and closed case, in my personal opinion. Now Relli taking the stand is definitely still mind-blowing, but will his testimony actually hold up? Or will the defense actually come through and expose this shaky case built on revenge, hearsay, and a bunch of inconsistent statements? Now don't get me wrong, the case is definitely getting crazy by the day, but let's be real. Is this case about jealousy or justice? Now don't get me wrong, does Rocky need to be held responsible if he is found guilty? Y'all make sure y'all drop y'all's thoughts in the comments and let's debate. So let's dig. Now, this case, in my personal opinion, should be an open and closed case. Now, they already said that it should be no more than, 15 days? And in my personal opinion, I believe it. But what's even more interesting is if you pay attention to the actual witness, the state's key witness, the one who's actually pursuing this case, this defendant is actually good either way. This case is almost more like icing on the cake. Whether he wins or he loses, why? Because he still actually has a civil suit in process with the same actual defendant, A$AP Rocky. So is this an actual money grab? Is Rocky actually responsible? Will the defense actually be able to break down this whole narrative? We've heard several different contradicting stories already. And then again, this is best friends for 15 years that are going separate ways. So, did we watch him sit up and provoke A$AP and say, shoot me? Possibly. Did he get shot? Possibly. Did you advise him to do it? Possibly. Question, Should a person be charged? If a person say slap me and the person slapped you, should you be charged? If I tell you shoot me and you shoot me, should you be charged? Now, let's dig. So this whole asaprocky trial, in my personal opinion, it's gonna be a give and a take. And here's why I say that. The state is actually trying to show that this man actually acted aggressively. He was in possession of a firearm, plus they have the actual recovered shell casings. Not to mention, Relli himself did his own investigation and brought his own shell casings, which is a whole nother story. Imagine this, your childhood friend, your best friend for all these years coming back and popping up on the stand, sitting in front of you and telling that you tried to take his life. This is the even more interesting thing, because you allegedly know this person. You continue to provoke this person to do what? More harm to you. Now, my personal opinion, I'm not saying that it's right or that ASAP is wrong, he's guilty or not guilty. But if you keep telling the person to shoot you, provoking them to do it, provoking them after the fact, why get mad at the fact? Now, it's still in the air on whether this actually happened or not. We've seen the actual grazing, the leaked phone conversation, the friends playing the speakerphone. Now you got you up here on national TV telling. Even worse, it looks like it's really a money grab, because you still have a civil suit pressed against him. So not only do you allegedly want him locked up if he is guilty, but you also want to take all of his money also? Deep. Should ASAP have actually taken that plea? Or is he doing right by actually taking this to trial? Y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are going to be on this actual case too until the next one pops. As always, remember, the greater the height, the greater the weight. The life you save might be your very own. Until next time, y'all make sure y'all stay vigilant. Subscribe to the channel, tap that notification. Make sure you scroll down to all so you won't miss a drop. Turn the notification bells on. And as always, I'm your host, Jay. Go.